What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video I want to talk about Chronicles of a Toxic Family. I've been speaking on the toxic family lately based off what I know. I'm not talking about what nobody told me. I'm talking about what I have witnessed for myself. And I just want to share with you also that you can know the signs of what you're dealing with your family, and if it's best to just, you know, move away from that. Just stay away from them in order to have peace in your life. Because if not, that family is just going to bring you down. The toxic family have 10 things that you should look out for in order to decide, whether it's okay to be around them or not. You're going to always have love for your family. But like they say, you can love them from a distance. You don't always have to communicate with them. If you do, you just have to know ways of communicating with them where it sets boundaries so they can know how far to take things with you. It's about a respect thing at the end of the day. But there are 10 things that you should look out for in order to decide how you're going to deal with that family, especially when you've grown up and moved out and far away from that family. They're going to want to make you feel like you don't want to be a part of this anymore. But what you can do to let them know that that's not what it is just let them know, look, it's not about I don't want to be a part of the family. I just don't want to be a part of what y'all got going on, as far as always needing me, always have to get something out of me. The only time you call me is when you want something. That's a part of setting boundaries and just getting it off your chest and let them know how you really feel. So the first thing is, they just have this strong sense of entitlement. And when it comes to entitlement, they love to throw up the fact. Now I'm talking about the parents, that I brought you into this world. You're supposed to honor your mother and father. So they're gonna throw that over your head because they want you to feel guilty as to catering to every single need. But you don't owe them anything. You're not obligated to take care of your parents for the rest of your life in a certain way. I mean, they're your parents. Of course, you're going to want to do nice things for your parents at times, but you don't have to do, every single thing that they require you to do, because sometimes it just turns out that they're just using you. And even parents, just as anyone else, they will suck you dry if you let them. Now, I'm not trying to tell nobody don't do nothing for your mom and your dad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying know when you are being used, and know that it is okay to cut the just to cut it off and let them know that you're not going to deal with it. And if they can't handle it, then that's on them. But I just want to give y'all heads up on what you're probably going to have to deal with as far as the backlash when you cut that toxic family off. The second thing is they just may disown you as a form of punishment. Even your children, they'll disown your children, and they're disowning these children as a form of punishment to you. Not punishing the children, but in the long run, if they don't have a relationship with their grandparents, then that's just a thing that'll be missing out of their life. They won't ever know them. But as far as you know your parents, and they know that this is hurting you, that they don't want to have anything to do with your children. So that's one of the things that you can kind of look out for from toxic parents, when they can't, when they can't get something out of you all the time, which comes from that sense of entitlement. The second thing they do is they try to control the other siblings, but they can't control you. And the reason why is because you're that one that got away. And they don't like that. They got to have total control at all times. If they see that they can manipulate you and mind control you, then they don't want to have nothing to do with you. And they want to smear your name to everyone and make other people go up against you and just make up these false claims that you done something wrong by not wanting to come around. But it's not about not wanting to come around. It's not wanting to come around to the same old, same old. As soon as you step foot in the door, you just feel the toxic energy, like the whole vibe just turns negative. It's all about I need, I need, I need, and people get tired of that at some point. So again, don't ever feel guilty about staying away because you have your reasons for that. They will also again try to turn people against you, and this even applies to your significant other. They may try to make you feel jealous by keeping in touch with the person you're involved with, your husband or your wife, or close friends, even close friends. When it comes to toxic people or narcissists, they'll try to smear your name to anyone. You know, they will try to. Doesn't mean they'll always succeed because some people are going to be like, well, that's not the friend that I know. And, I don't know them for being that way. So, and then they know that they can't use you to be their listening ear. They'll do away with it. But the ones who'll sit there and take it into consideration, they got you right where they want you at. So that's also something you could look forward to dealing with toxic families and narcissistic parents. They want to convince you that you're the problem. This is number 6. They want to make you think that you're just not going to succeed. You're not going to make it that way. You need my advice, you know. And that's just something that they do to make you feel the urge to continue to run back to them for advice because they know being a parent sometimes you're going to need that support system, but they never really give you the support that you need. If anything, they cripple you and poison your mind to believe that you just can't do no better than what they tell you can do. When you go off and do your own thing, you start to believe in yourself. You grow and you flourish and you just you're doing good. And they hate to see you doing good if they're not a part of it. They need to benefit off that some type of way. And when you don't allow them the pleasure of being a part of everything you got going on, that's when they want you to think that, well, maybe that's just not for you anyway. I just don't see that happening for you. They're very negative. They like to poison your mind, number 7, with negativity and discouragement. You know, they just need you to feel like you'll never be great at anything. But you have to tell yourself that's a lie. The devil is a lie, and everything you're doing is going to pay off. You just have to believe in yourself and tune out that negativity. Cut them off at the door when they start with all that. Well, that's just not for you. You should leave that alone. Find something else to do and stuff like that. Because when they do you that, that's their way of keeping you in a box, keeping you sheltered, and they can control you better that way. Like I did this video a long time ago about how the narcissist keeps you in a box or kind of keep you in a cage. They let you free for as far as they want you to go, but you'll never really be free. You're gonna still be in the boundaries of where they need you at so they could keep that eye on you. They won't even allow you to, some toxic parents won't even allow you to communicate to certain people. They have such a strong mind control over you. They monitor your calls. They listening on the other phone. Some of them still have house phones. And to those siblings of yours who are just confined to the four walls of the home, they never left home. They never left the nest. That's because of that stronghold that parent have on them. And they have conditioned their mind to think, I won't be able to make it and survive out in the open world. That's not for me. That's how they condition their mind to think. And you have to sneak and speak to that sibling, to encourage them you can be free and do what you want to do. This world is a big old place for us to go out in it and just enjoy life and just explore and do things and accomplish and just anything that you want to do. You have that right to do that. But the parents doesn't want the other siblings to be in contact with the ones who they're keeping sheltered for their reason alone, because they were the one who got away. Number 8 is they deliberately upset your joyous occasions. They want you to focus on the downfall. They don't want to talk about your achievements, accomplishments. And I know I sound repetitive with this, but this is how they are. This is how repetitive they're going to be to you in order to make it stick. You know, they don't want you, they just, killjoys. They don't want you to have a good spirit and thinking that, man, I did this. I know I could go even further. They want to stop you in your tracks, and even they'll change the subject and start talking about something else just to take away from the conversation, that the good news that you're trying to share with them. Number 9, they show zero support and claim, that just because I'm not present in your life doesn't mean I don't love you. I'm just loving you from a distance. They try to flip the script and, play that mind game of making you think you're the problem. So they're staying away from you because you're not good for them. Those are the type of mind games toxic families play, especially narcissistic parents. And number 10, very last thing, is they value everyone around you to make you feel excluded and devalued. Long as you can agree with your parents on everything, you're a good child. But the moment you go against what they say, oh Lord, you the problem. They on the phone dragging your name, smearing your name to everyone in the world to make you feel like you've done a bad thing, to make you feel bad. See, a toxic person, their whole thing is just to make you feel a way. If they know they can get to you that way, then they got you right where they want you at. But it's up to you to change your way of thinking. You got to change that mindset, and you have to set those boundaries, and you have to, you know, be mentally strong and set those boundaries that you need to with those people who are constantly like a downfall in your life. They're constantly encouraging you to go the other way, to think otherwise. It's never in your favor. It will never be in your favor dealing with people like that. So that's just the 10 signs of a toxic family and narcissistic parents. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.